Hi guys, my name is Robin and today I'm here to bring you my pointless TBR for October. So in September I did my pointless TBR game and ended up with 5 books to read, 4 of which were these, plus City of Brass, and I ended up only reading 3 of them. So September kind of got away from me because it was my last month of university for the year, and the last 2 weeks I had 100 assignments due, so I didn't actually get to read in those last 2 weeks at all. But of these I read City of Brass, which I gave 5 stars, which is not here. I'm 100 pages in to The Golden Tower. I read One Giant Leap, which I gave 3 stars, and Fables Volume 9, which I gave 4 stars. So the 2 that I haven't read are The Golden Tower and The Wicked King. So I hadn't thought of what my punishments would be for if I didn't finish any books that were on my TBR. So I think what I might do is just have to roll over a book onto this month. So with that said, I'm going to roll over The Golden Tower because I'm already 100 pages in. And it's only 250 pages long, so I think I can finish this pretty quickly. And I will get it read this month because it's my punishment, so I have to now. So as I mentioned, September was my last month of university, so now I actually have 5 months off until I start at university next year. So I have a lot of free time and a lot of books. So I think I'm going to try and read as much as I can, get through a lot of the books that I want to finish before the end of the year. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know if you guys are excited, but I am excited for the end of the year. I don't have anything else to do really except read, because everything is closed here in Australia still, and you can't leave your house. Well, you can, but you can't go within 5 kilometers, and you can only go out to get groceries. That's basically it. So reading is all I have, but I love reading, so I'm happy about that. So if you haven't watched my TBR game before, it's based on the British TV show Pointless, and I get cards that come up that have a particular prompt. And the book that I pick for that, I look on Goodreads to see how many ratings it's had, and that counts worth a certain amount of points. I have to get 5 of my prompts done before I get to 200 points, otherwise I get another book added on top. And if I get any prompts wrong, I get an instant 100 points. So let's get started, shall we? The first prompt is a book set in a dystopian world. I don't have very many dystopian books actually, so I'm gonna have to think about which one I can pick for this. So the book that I've chosen for this prompt is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, and this book I believe is dystopian as well as being science fiction. I think we're set on some war-torn planets, and there's something about flying spaceships. That's all I really know. I don't know a hell of a lot about it, but it's science fiction and it's Brandon Sanderson, so that's why I bought it to begin with. But I will check and see how many points this one gets me. So Skyward gets 65,901 ratings. So that gives me 66 points so far towards my 200. So I'm starting off high. Okay, so let's get on to the next prompt. So this one is a book with a beautiful cover. And if you might have watched my bookshelf tour, you might know I have a lot of books. And I consider most of them to have beautiful covers, so I might just try and think of one that's lower. So for this prompt, I'm choosing The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. And this is the second book to City of Brass, which I read last month, and I have been dying to read this book, so that's why I chose it. And it also has a beautiful cover. And this one gets, so it's 20,795 ratings, so that's 21 points, which is lower. It's better. We'll see how we go with the next 3. Alright, the next prompt is a book from an author whose last name starts with the letter A. last name starts with the letter A. I wrote these prompts, how can I not think of anyone? So for this prompt, I have chosen Flawed by Cecilia Ahern. And this one's pretty self-explanatory. Ahern is her last name, starts with an A, so it counts. This book, it reminds me a lot of the Matched series by Ali Condé, which I absolutely loved. I think it's set in a utopian kind of world where everything is chosen for you. And I own both the books actually, Flawed and Perfect, which is on the other shelf over there. And I've been meaning to read them for a very long time because I think I've had this book for at least 3 or 4 years now. So this is my pick for that one, and I hope to enjoy it. So the number of ratings that Flawed has is 24,554. So that gives me 25 points. So I think we're just over 100. So we're doing well. Okay, so the next prompt is a book with a title that starts with the letter H. And again, I can't, none come to mind that start with H. Okay, so this one was a lot harder. I actually don't have many books starting with H. I think I have maybe 4 on my shelves in total. But I ended up picking The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This is another book that I've owned for a very long time. It's fantastical. It's about this mysterious wood, I think, that steals people, something like that. It's all mystery and fairy tale, and I think that I'm really going to enjoy it. And of course, this book has 59,794 ratings. So that's 60 points. And we're almost at 200 now. So I'm now at 172 points. So I need something with 28,000 or less, or I get another book. So the next prompt is a book from an author whose last name starts with the letter M. I think I have quite a few of those, but I think they'll be really high. So I'll look around and find one. Okay, so for this prompt, I may be making a very bad decision because I am choosing to read Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas, which it's like the 6th book down, so maybe people haven't read it as much, even though it's an incredibly popular series. But I'm just hoping and praying that it's less than 28,000. It's probably not going to be, which is okay because, as I said, I've got a ton of free time and I plan on reading a ton of books, so adding 1 extra won't kill me. So we'll see how many this is, but this is part of the Throne of Glass series. It's the 6th book down that follows Cole. And that's why I've been kind of putting it off, because I didn't really want to read from him. I never really liked him much as a character, but I really want to finish this series before the end of the year, and I need to read this one in order to get to Kingdom of Ash. Okay, so this book has 126,088 ratings. So that's an instant 100 because it's over 100,000 ratings. Which means I have passed 200. So I will be adding another book onto my TBR. The other thing is that if, with my continuing books, if I reach 300 with this next one, I have to add another. Because I've come up with another addition to my game, just to make it a little bit harder for myself, is that if I pass 200, then the next prompt that I get, if that makes it past 300, then I get another one, and if the next one makes it past 400, and so on, until I have 100 books on my TBR. So we're now at 272. So I still have only 28, less than 28 for the last book. It's okay. We can, it's fine. Alright, and the last, hopefully, prompt is a book under 500 pages. This is fantastic because I can pick absolutely anything that's under 500 pages. Alright, so the book that I've chosen for this one is Tunnel of Bones by V.E. Schwab. This is the 2nd book in the Cassidy Blake series, which is, I think it's classed as middle grade. It's kind of a ghost story. Cassidy Blake is our main character, and her parents are ghost hunters, and she basically follows them around the globe as they go and they're filming this TV show. And it was really good. I really enjoyed the first book. I think I gave it 4 stars. And because it's October, I may as well have like one kind of ghost story book on my TBR. And this book is actually under 300 pages, so it should be a quick read. And this book has 11,924 ratings. So that's 12 points, which means I don't break 300, which is great. It means I don't have to add another one, because then I would have more to read, but more that I have to read these ones, as opposed to I can pick whatever the hell I want to read for the rest. So apart from the books that I now have on my TBR, I do have some others that I plan on reading this month. One of those is the 3rd book in the David Bard trilogy, which is Empire of Gold. So I read City of Brass last month, and Kingdom of Copper is on my TBR. But I also just want to finish off the series this month. I am absolutely loving this series. I gave the first book 5 stars. And I think that the next 2 are probably going to be 5 stars as well, so I really want to finish it off before the end of the year. I also really want to read Vicious by V.E. Schwab. It's a book that has just been calling to me lately. A few people have been reading it and loving it, and it might be something that'd be good for October, because it's about, you know, superheroes and villains and death. So I am hoping to get to that one as well, but I do have quite a big stack now, which I'll bring over. So these are all the books that I have to read, plus Kingdom of Copper. So this one is my punishment for not finishing it last month, and then the rest plus Kingdom of Copper, which is quite a big stack. But I have all the free time in the world, and I'm sure I will get through all of these books. Thank you guys for watching. Wish me luck with finishing all these books, because some of them are pretty chunky. But we'll see in my wrap up if I actually get to them. I'm sure I will. It'll be fine. Alright, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.